Okay, Denise, I'll let you do the honors and introduce the class.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for being with us today. I'm Denise Hernandez with the Owners Advocate Network, and we're hosting this class because I actually took a few classes from Noel's Business Credit Builders group myself. And I know that some of the clients and some of the other business owners that I know also could use this information. Most of the reason why I invited some of the people that I invited onto this call today is because we've talked about you purchasing a home for yourself in the future or purchasing a business commercial location. So all of this information is relevant, and these are all basic first steps that will be needed before you can reach those ultimate goals. So Noel and his group, they're essential, and they have lots of great information, and they can help point you in lots of other resources that you may need along the way. So thank you to them for actually holding this call for us and educating us all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're so kind. Okay, everybody. Thank y'all for taking your Friday morning out to get this information. Today, we're going to talk about how to get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN that is not linked to your Social Security number, and easily get business loans and credit lines. Okay, so here goes my contact information. My company is called Business Credit Builder.us LLC. And what we do at Business Credit Builder is we help businesses, small businesses and entrepreneurs build their business credit and access funding. Let me move this over so I can see better. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Here goes my contact info. Got my telephone number there, my email. Okay. At the bottom, there are two buttons. The green button is how you can get a free guide on how to build business credit. You just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. And the other button is how to do a free business credit consultation. And this is how you discuss with me and my staff on how you can utilize our services to help you get funding and build your business credit. Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Okay. So, and I'm gonna give you some more websites, and they will start with businesscreditbuilder.us, and then it'll be /something. So instead of me saying businesscreditbuilder.us all the time, I'm going to say / okay. All right. So let's see. Let me give you a little background on who I am. Well, once again, my name is Noel A. Booker Sr. I was born and raised in New York City. I went to Morehouse College and I studied accounting. And my first job out of Morehouse was with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company in the corporate accounting. And I got after a while, they laid me off. And I got another job with accounting. So I've been in corporate accounting for a little bit, but then I wound up starting my own business because I have an entrepreneurial spirit. So I started a company called MediaNet USA Incorporated. And what we do at MediaNet is accounting and bookkeeping services for small business. We also do websites for small business. And now I talk about business credit, okay? And welcome everybody that's coming into the room. Okay, so what we will cover today, how you can get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN, not your social, even if you're a startup or have bad personal credit now. Then immediately start using it to get credit you want and need, even from major sources like Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, MasterCard, and more. And how you can access loans and credit lines, even as a startup, have credit challenges or lack collateral. All right. So most people fail trying to get money and grow their business. Most people try to get money from their bank when they need money. Okay. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order. And I always like to tell people that building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step, okay? So there's no skipping steps. Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business strengths. Okay, this seminar is for you if you are looking for money to start and grow a business, or you want to build credit that's not linked to your social, okay? All right, so before I get started, feel free to ask questions in the chat room. And you can take as many notes as you like. I'm gonna go pretty fast, so take notes, okay? And at the end, we'll be answering any and all questions that you have, all right? All right, what is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. This credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner, okay? The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, and more. Okay, why business credit is awesome? Well, first check out my my hashtag. Business credit is real, and I made that hashtag because when I first started learning about business credit, one of my buddies, I was talking to him about business credit, and he just was not convinced. So he would always tell me, business credit ain't real, that don't work. And he could not really tell me why, and I kept on telling him why it does work. So I made this hashtag just, just for him. Hashtag, business credit is real. Business credit has no effect on your personal credit. No personal guarantee is needed to build business credit. Business credit building is fast. Compared to personal credit, it's much faster because personal credit, there's 5 factors that are involved with your personal credit. But with business credit, there's only one factor, and that's how you pay your bill, okay? Anyone can see your business credit reports. With business credit, you have greater borrowing ability. No collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed to build business credit, okay? And with business credit, you can access loans and credit lines. Okay. Every successful business in America has business credit. This is how business is done with business credit. Let me show you. What you're looking at right now is what anybody can see for free. For this particular page, you would go to Experian, and on the Experian's website, there's a page that you can put your business name in and address, or anybody's business name and address in, and you can get this information for free, right? So this is for Facebook Incorporated. They are in Menlo Park, California. And the piece that I want to bring to your attention is the trade lines, okay? Trade lines. Because trade lines is the basis for building business credit. Just like bricks build a house, trade lines build business credit, right? So I'm gonna tell you what a trade line is, just so that we're on the same page. I'm gonna go over what a trade line is, okay? Because this is important. This is the basis, right? These are the bricks, the building blocks, right? Okay, so this is what a trade line is. You go to a company and you get an account, a credit account, right? For your business. Then you buy something on credit and you have the item and they give you an invoice, right? So now it's time to pay for this item. So once you pay for this item, this is what happens. That company sends a report to the business credit reporting agencies. The report says, XYZ company, they have an account with us. Their limit is such and such a dollars. And they made a purchase and they paid for that purchase in X amount of days. And they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies. Business credit reporting agencies then put that on your business credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line, okay? So does anybody have any questions on what a trade line is? I wanna make sure that we're on the right page. You can raise your hand, open up your mic, put a question in the chat room if you like, okay? Anybody got any questions? No questions? About what a trade line is. Everybody's good with that. Great. Oh, we got something up here in the chat box. Yashika, I hope I ain't mess up your name. Yashika, I'm gonna mess up your last name. Okay, but you're good, right? You're good, Yashika? Okay, bet. All right, so look what we got here. This next page is Microsoft. You have read that trade lines. I have read that trade lines. Trade liens? No, it's trade lines, okay?
Hi, I'm so sorry. I couldn't type fast. I was trying to type, but you were about to move on. My question about trade lines is, can you give us a tangible example? It's not revolving credit like a credit card through Target or Macy's. From what I've read, a trade line can be perhaps you're staying with someone and then they can write you a letter stating how much you've paid, when you've paid it, whether or not those payments were on time, and then they could submit that to a credit reporting agency.
You were right the first time. So the one that you're talking about, like say your landlord, that's becoming a way to report credit. That's not what I'm really talking about right now. What I am talking about now is those Home Depot accounts, those Office Depot accounts. Any company that's gonna give you credit, and when you make a payment, they report to the business credit reporting agencies, okay? Did I clear that up some?
So it's considered revolving credit and so revolving credit is a trade line.
That's right. When you have an account that is a revolving account, that is a trade line.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody else, any questions? That was a good question. Anybody else? No? Okay, cool. All right, so Microsoft, right? If you look at the screen, that's Microsoft. They got 131 trade lines. You see that? And Walmart. Now, for Walmart, 80% of all the money that they take in comes from business credit. They got 513 trade lines. And this is what they do. They'll go to Bounty, a company like Bounty, and say, hey, Bounty, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. Now, the owner of Walmart does not go in his pocket to pay for that. He doesn't call the accounting department and say, yo, cut a check for that. The truck shows up at the store. They put that toilet paper on the shelf. We go in there and buy the toilet paper. They take our money and pay that bill. And Bounty says, hey, you did that good. Here's a couple more truckloads. And they just keep on doing that over and over again, 513 times. This is how business is done. At the big corporate level and at the small business level, even at the corner store, when the bread delivery comes, they're not paying for it right there, unless they messed up their credit, right? They're counting how many units came in and how many units went out. Business credit. Anybody could do this. Any business can do this, okay? Okay, how we can help. Business Credit Builder. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay, that's how we do it. So, how do you build business credit? All right, here we go. Now, this first step is what I call fundability. I also call it credibility, right? So as a business owner, you may be beginning to hear the word fundability a lot. It may come from lenders, various media platforms, or your own current creditors. What is fundability? The ability of your business to get funding. When lenders consider funding your business, does it appear to them to be a good idea to make the loan? What do they look at to make that determination? What is fundability and how does a business become fundable? How does a business become fundable? When a lender considers lending to your business, do they feel that you are a high risk? Do you appear to be a business that can and will pay the debt back? Lenders are in it for the money. Y'all already know that. But you have to appear to be a business that'll pay the bill back. You don't actually have to be able to pay the bill back. You have to appear to be able to pay the bill back, okay? Okay, so how does the business get fundability? How does the business become fundable? To start, you must make sure your business is set up properly, okay? This is the most important step in this whole game, setting up your business properly, okay? A great business credit score is important. In addition, there are many other aspects that are necessary for fundability as well. A potential creditor needs to see that your business is legitimate and profitable. Many loan applications are denied approval due to fraud concerns. Others simply because something didn't match up and threw up a red flag. Maybe the address or the phone numbers didn't match up on a couple of reports, and it just looks unprofessional. If you understand what fundability is and how to get it, you can shut down any such red flags before they cause you problems. The foundation of fundability is in how your business is set up. It has to be set up to appear to be fundable, to be a fundable entity separate from you, the owner. Okay? So these are the things that you need to set up correctly. Business name, business address, business phone, EIN, DUNS number, website, business email address. Okay? These are all the things you need to have set up. Okay? So contact information, the first step in setting up a foundation of fundability is to ensure your business has its own business phone number. Okay? You need a local telephone number dedicated for your business. This number cannot be your home number. It cannot be your cell phone number. And it must be listed with the National 411 Directory. This is a necessity for building business credit, okay? Now, having a fax number and a toll-free number is not much of a necessity as having that local number listed, but this is how they do it, right? So when you fill out an application, they're gonna ask you for your business telephone number, and they are going to check to see if it's listed. They definitely are, okay? And when they see that it's listed, they're like, okay, yeah, nice. Now, if you have a fax number and a toll-free number, now you're looking more credible, okay? You're just looking more credible. Those aren't necessary, but you're looking more credible. So I always set up my phone number, fax number, and a toll-free number, right? And I don't even know why the toll-free number, right? Because nowadays, you don't pay for long distance, right? But this is how they think, okay? This is how they think, all right? We have to look at how the lender is thinking, okay? And that's how they're thinking. And you need a business address, okay? There are 3 options and only 3 options for selecting your business address. The first option is to have a brick and mortar, a storefront. You must have a place where you can accept packages, okay? It cannot be a P.O. box, and it cannot be a UPS address. Most definitely. The reason why is because on the application, it's just got these different fields, right? And every single field that they have, that they're asking you for information, they're actually doing something. And on that address portion, what they're doing is looking up a database of all PO boxes and all UPS addresses. If you come up on that list, then they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. That's why this piece is so important, okay? So, right, boom. This is my go-to for phone services, all right? These definitely work. Freedom Voice, RingCentral, Vonage. But my go-to is Freedom Voice. Freedom Voice will give you a local number for $9.95 a month, and they will list it for $3 a month. They'll also give you a fax number and a toll-free number for under $20 a month. Freedom Voice, RingCentral, and Vonage, they're gonna start you at $25 a month. Okay, so I did the research for you already, all right? Freedom Voice, all right, so boom. Let's see. Oh, I didn't go over the other options for the address, right? Okay, business address. The first option was the brick and mortar. The second option is a virtual office address. Okay, that's the second option. There's virtual office companies all over the world in every single city. Okay. The third option is your home address, and that's the last resort. The reason why the home option is the last resort is because creditors and lenders do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible. But this is how they do it, right? So they are just trying to see if this makes sense. So let's say you're a hairstylist, right? Or you're a real estate agent. You're doing business at home, right? Well, that makes sense. You might be able to pay the bill doing hair from the house or flipping houses from the house, right? You got your office at the house. That makes sense, right? Now, on the contrary, let's say you are a trucking company. Well, maybe you can't house all of those trucks at the house, okay? And one note to know is on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report, there is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So when they're making this determination to approve you, they're looking right at your business address, okay? So it has to make sense to them. Does this look right? You see what I'm saying? Okay, so DaVinci, this is my go-to for virtual office addresses, right? You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, right? And on that page is explicit instructions on how to order the correct product with DaVinci. There's a telephone number, there's a person's name to ask for, and there is explicit verbiage to ask for the right product, okay? Because this address has to be right. Like, you know, when you go into Google and you start putting in an address, and before you complete typing the address, it automatically populates. Well, that's how your business address has to be. And what DaVinci does is they have this form that they send to the post office to give you a unique address for your business. There's a bunch of virtual companies out there, and a lot of them, they'll give 100 businesses the same address. You don't want that, okay? That's a red flag to lenders. So DaVinci, they got this form, they do it the right way, all right? So you go to /vendors and check out how to order your virtual office. Now, a lot of my clients do the virtual office address because they don't want to share their home address. They got their family at the house and stuff like that. That's understood. That's understandable, right? You know, sometimes they don't want to, some people don't want to share their home address where they live. So they get a virtual home, a virtual office address, okay? Okay, what is fundability? The foundation of fundability, an EIN number, okay? I think y'all are pretty educated on what an EIN number is, but I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. There's two things you need to know about an EIN number, because I think y'all already really know what an EIN number is. But what you need to know is that in order to build business credit, you need an EIN number. You can't build business credit without an EIN number. And the second thing you need to know is it's free. So don't pay for an EIN number. All right, go to irs.gov and get your free EIN number, and they give you the number right there, Johnny on the spot. Okay. If you got some questions or anything else about an EIN number, I think y'all are educated enough that I don't need to go through all of that stuff. Okay. You need to incorporate, which means you're going to the Secretary of State in the state that you reside in, and you're reserving your business name. Incorporating your business as an LLC, S Corp, or corporation is necessary to fundability. It lends credit to your business as one that is legitimate. It also offers some protection from liability, okay? Now, when you reserve your name at the Secretary of State, they're gonna ask you to select an entity, okay? In order to separate personal from business liability, you must select a limited liability corporation, LLC, or a corporation. So if you choose a proprietorship or a partnership, then you are personally liable for anything that happens with that business. Okay? All right. Business bank account. You need a separate, dedicated business bank account. This keeps track of your business finances so that you can keep them separate from your personal finances for tax purposes. Okay? Most vendors and lenders require a business to have a bank account in order to get approved. Credible businesses have a business bank account. Simple. Licenses. What is fundability? It is being a legitimate business. For a business to be legitimate, it has to have all the necessary licenses it needs to operate. Okay? Now, the most common mistake is having the appropriate license, but listed with an old address. That's a red flag. They could deny you and they do not have to tell you why they denied you. Okay? That's why setting up your business properly is the most important step, because of that reason. Do the research you need to do to ensure you have all the licenses necessary to legitimately run your business at the federal, state, and local levels. Okay, business website and business email. Okay, lenders and creditors will deny you if you do not have a website nowadays. They will go check your website. And so what they're going to do is they're going to go to Google, they're going to put your business name in, and hopefully they find your business. Okay, when they do find your business website, they're going to skip that pretty homepage you got and go straight to the contact page. And now they're going to look at the business name, the address, and the telephone number, and they're going to see if that's the same thing that you put on the application. See, now they trying to get you to slip up now. You see? They're trying to get you to slip up and put a different address, and then boom. Okay? So this is important, having that website. Spend the time and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well. Your business needs a dedicated business email address. Make sure it has the same URL as your website, and do not use a free service such as Yahoo or Gmail. Lenders do not want to see you doing business from a free email account. They want to see you do business from your business email account. Okay? So don't use partychick@Yahoo. Okay? Don't do it. Okay. So MediaNet USA, we do the websites, right? So we got this package called the Small Business Web Hosting Package, and it is all inclusive, which means you don't have to do a thing. We do everything. Okay? It includes domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited email, expert customer support, and internet consultation. Okay? To sign up to get your website, you can schedule a free business credit consultation. Okay? All right, and this package starts at $350 for the first year and then renews at $150 for the subsequent years. Okay? Okay, what is fundability? the foundation of fundability. Business credit reports, okay? You need to understand the importance of your business credit reports and how to read them. Your business credit reports is your blueprint for tracking your trade lines, okay? The trade lines are the bricks. The business credit reports is the blueprint that's laying out your business credit, okay? So there are three most popular business credit reporting agencies. They are Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Now, if you are applying for an SBA loan, then they look at the Fico SBSS score, okay? So Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, okay? And you need these because you need access to your business credit reports, because when we get these trade lines and you make that payment, they send that report in, right? Now, you need access to your business credit report so that when you make that payment, you want to make sure that they send this report accurately and timely, okay? And they don't always do that very well, okay? So that's why you need to have access to your business credit reports. These companies will charge you about $100 per month each for access to your business credit reports. When you do business with Business Credit Builder, we give you access to all three business credit reports for $25 a month. So we save you a little bit of money there, okay? Because we have a bulk deal with NAV that allows us to be able to give you a discount on that, okay? All righty. So you can go to /reports and you will see these respective logos for each of these companies, and they are linked directly to a page where you can put your business name in, an address, and determine whether or not there is a record on your business already, okay? So you would go to that page, you put your address in, your name and address, your business name and address, and if there is a record on your business already, it'll come up, your name, your business name, and your address, right? And sometimes they might tell you if you have trade lines, okay? And you can do that for free, okay? /reports, and you can do that for any business. Okay, in addition to the business credit reporting agencies that directly calculate and issue credit reports, there are other business agencies, business data agencies that affect these reports indirectly. LexisNexis and the Small Business Finance Exchange. Okay, you can do some research on those. These two agencies gather data from a variety of sources, including public records. This means they could even have access to information relating to automobile accidents, liens, and more. While you may not be able to access or change the data the agencies have on your business, you can ensure that any new information they receive is positive. Enough positive information can help counteract any negative information from the past. All right. Identification numbers. In addition to the EIN, there are identifying numbers that go along with your business credit reports. When considering what is fundability, you need to be aware that these numbers exist. Some of them are simply assigned by the agency, like the Experian BIN. That's the Experian Business Identification Number, okay? That one is assigned, okay? At Dun & Bradstreet, you have to apply for a DUNS number. They don't issue that. You have to apply for it, okay? So to get a DUNS number, you have to apply at their website, at the Dun & Bradstreet website, okay? Okay, now your credit history has everything to do related to your credit score, which is a huge factor in the fundability of your business, okay? Now, I tell you that you can access funding even if you have bad personal credit. But if you have good personal credit, that opens up more avenues. You're more fundable. You see? So you can access some money without having good personal credit. But if you have good personal credit, that opens up some doors. You are more fundable. Okay? That's why I bring up this personal credit. So your credit score consists of a number of things, including how many accounts are reporting payments, how long have you had each account, what type of accounts they are, how much credit you are using versus on each account versus how much is available. They call that utilization. And are you making your payments on these accounts consistently on time? All right. The more accounts you have reporting on-time payments, the stronger your credit score will be. Align your business information correctly. This is a problem because a ton of loan applications are turned down each year due to fraud concerns, simply because things do not match up. Your business information has to be consistent. The name has to be spelled exactly the same. Your address has to be spelled exactly the same as it is printed on your Secretary of State certificate. Okay? So when you get that certificate from the Secretary of State and you see how they spell the name, that's how you put it in. That's exactly how you want to have your name and business address listed every single place. So, exact business legal name, your business address, your business phone. When you list your business phone number, it's attached to your address, okay? Your address listed at the IRN for your EIN number. When you get your EIN number, they ask you for your business address. Your insurance, licenses, website, bank account, everything where your business name is, it has to be listed exactly the same, okay? The key to this piece of business fundability is to monitor your reports frequently. When it comes to business credit reports, you can monitor through the reporting agencies directly, or you can save money. Like I said, we give you the option to do the $25 a month for all 3 reports, okay? Okay, what is fundability? Financial statements, okay? Both your personal and business tax returns need to be in order. Not only that, but you need to be paying your taxes, both business and personal. I see there's a question in there, I'm gonna get right to you, okay? Your personal tax return, your business financials. A fundable business maintains financials monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Having financial statements on demand lends credence to the legitimacy of your business. Personal tax returns, often tax returns for the previous 3 years will suffice. Get a tax professional to prepare them. This is the bare minimum that you will need. Other information lenders may ask for include check stubs, bank statements, among other things. Let's see what this question is. Yashika, I know it's gonna mess up your name. Okay, why is personal credit looked at if you are not going to be listed on the business account? Well, You can get funding without attaching your personal credit, right? But if you have good personal credit, now your options have opened. There's more money available to you if you have good personal credit, okay? So just having business credit, that's gonna open up some doors. But if you have good business credit and good personal credit, you are more fundable, okay? Did I answer that? Did I answer that
Yes,
for you?
so
Okay.
you did. So you can get both without business credit, and then I'm sorry, without your personal information, or you could get it strictly with business credit.
Right. You have more options. You get more. You get access to more money.
I have a
So
question.
if you're
All
on
right,
the
go ahead. Who's
business,
that?
It's
I didn't
Maria.
finish. Can I
Andrea.
finish my Can I finish my question? I
Oh, yeah,
didn't
yeah, go
finish. I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Finish your question.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So if you're listed on the business account and you're using your personal information, are you then a co-signer on that business account?
Yes. You are what they call a personal guarantor of that account.
Okay.
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 And you want to avoid that with the starter vendors and the revolving accounts. You want to avoid providing a personal guarantee. Okay. Now, I got some clients that they had this one particular vendor that is really important to them to have. And it was worthwhile them providing the personal guarantee to get that particular account. They didn't need to do that, but it was worthwhile for them to get that account. Because all these vendors, they got their own way to do. Everybody got a different way to deal with this. Some require a personal guarantee. Some don't require a personal guarantee, okay? So you have to figure out what's best for you, okay? So you can do it without providing a personal guarantee. Just go to another vendor and get that trade line, okay? Okay, I think I answered that, right? Who's next? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Next question.
My question was to get credit. Isn't that the reason why we want to separate our personal identity from the business? That's the reason why we get the EIN number.
That's correct.
So because I tried doing this yesterday. So I tried applying for credit, but they wanted my personal information, but I didn't want to link me and the business because I didn't want my information to be out. So I don't understand that part.
Okay, so from the lender standpoint, they can set their rules, any rule they want, right? Every vendor is different. So some will say, well, you got good business credit, but we still need to double check and make sure that you can pay a bill, that you have good payment history. And that's how they do that, by providing a personal guarantee. So there are situations that you can go ahead and get that account without a personal guarantee, but some vendors do require that personal guarantee. So you have to make your own decision whether or not is this particular vendor worth it, me providing a personal guarantee. I could build business credit without providing a personal guarantee totally, but this particular vendor might be the vendor that I need to have that's gonna help me the most. So I do have a few clients that they come across a vendor, like the other day I got a client that they do hair, right? And they would like to buy their supplies on credit. You see? So they have to make this decision. This supplier of my hair supplies is important to me. If I can buy those supplies now without giving money and then make the money and pay them, then cool. Maybe that vendor requires a personal guarantee. Maybe not. Okay. So I hope I answered that question. These are good questions, by the way, y'all. Did I answer that?
Yes, you did.
Thank you very much. All right, let's continue. There are several other agencies that hold information related to your personal finances that you need to know about. Everybody knows about the FICO score. Your personal FICO score needs to be as strong as possible. It really can affect business fundability. This is how much funds you can apply for, the terms that you can get, okay? And almost all traditional lenders will look for personal credit in addition to the business credit, okay? Check systems, y'all know what that is. Have you ever been convicted of a crime? That's stuff that you don't have much control over. If you've been having a bankruptcy, a short sale on your record, if you have liens or UCC filings, that can affect your fundability, okay? All of this can and will play into the fundability of your business. How much money you can get, the terms, exact stuff like that. So much plays into this that you may not even think about. So how fundable are you? Is your contact information consistent? Choose the lending products that is best for your business. Do you need a traditional loan or a line of credit? Those are two different things, right? So you got to know what products to actually apply for that's best for you, okay? And that's where my finance team, that's where they come in handy, where they will tell you the pros and cons of each situation that you can qualify for, okay? Do you need a traditional loan or a line of credit? Would a working capital loan or an expansion loan work for you, best for your needs? Those are two different things, right? Choosing the right product to apply for can make all the difference. You can apply for one and not get approved. You can apply for the other one and get approved, okay? So you just have to know what's best for you. And that's where my finance team, they come in and they show you the pros and cons about each different product they have to offer. Okay, there's another question up there. Can you, Denise says, can you also talk about how you can help with grant matching? Well, grant matching, that's free money, right? Grant matching is free money. And our finance team, we have a list of grants that you might be able to qualify for. And I have a couple webinars that I do. You can look up my YouTube channel. And I have a couple webinars that deal with minority grants and lending for minorities, for women, and different ethnicities and stuff. But yeah, so my finance team, they have access to some grants as well. Okay, so the grants is like, the states have funding, the government has grants, right? So you just have to do your research on that, and that changes every year, right? So you just have to look into that, right? So cool. All right. So this is a chart on fundability. These is all the factors that go into fundability, right? It's kind of complex. There's a lot of stuff involved that affect how fundable you are. See, look on the left-hand side is the credibility. That's the industry. The industry that you're in can affect your fundability. Down to your business name, your business phone number, the time in business, your EIN number, your website, your business license. All of that can affect your fundability. On the right-hand side, we have the application process, your financial statements, your business credit reports. They can all affect how fundable you are. So, does anybody have any questions to this point before we move forward? So far we've talked about fundability, credibility, right? Setting up your business properly. And we've talked about your business credit reports. Go ahead, Miss Yashika. Am I pronouncing your name right?
You're getting better. It's Yashika.
Right.
I don't know if you're going to cover this or if we're almost done, but when you said earlier about opening up a business account, is there a certain deposit that they want when you open up the business bank account, or is that something that you can go in just based off of your business credit?
Good question. So every bank, they do this differently, right? But most banks require you to put down $100 or $50 to start your business bank account. I think I'm with Bank of America and they wanted me to put down $100 to start a bank account. And you can go start a bank account once you got your certificate from the Secretary of State and you have your EIN number. They're going to ask you for your ID so they can identify who you are. They're not going to run your credit or nothing like that. They just want to identify who you are. Okay. All right. Any more questions before we go forward?
And I have one more question about that. Is the more you put into your account, the better? Is it like if you say if you have $1,000, will that give you an opportunity to then turn around and get a better credit card or loan?
That's a good question. Okay, this is how that goes. The banking system has what they call your bank rating, okay? And you want to have a low 5 bank rating. In order to get a low 5 bank rating, you need to have $10,000 in the bank for 90 days straight without going under that 10,000. If you do that, they're already trying to give you money, okay? And your bank manager does not know what your bank rating is. Your bank rating comes into effect, this basically down the line, when you are applying for an SBA loan, okay? So this is what happens. You go to a bank, you fill out an application for a loan, the bank manager, he doesn't know what your bank rating is, okay? He takes that application and submits it to the underwriting department who determines whether or not you're gonna get this loan or not. And at the underwriting level, that's when they're looking at your bank rating, okay? So having $10,000 in the bank for 90 days straight, they're already trying to give you some more money. They're sending you credit cards. All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hold on one second. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm expecting a delivery. Okay, so we've talked about credibility and we've talked about your need to access your business credit reports, right? So the next thing we need to do is actually start building some business credit. Now we're gonna actually do some business credit, okay? And you see how long it took to do that fundability and credibility stuff? That's very important. So now we need to find vendors that's going to give us credit when we have no credit so that we can create a credit profile, right? So at this stage, we start from scratch. We set up our business. We got our DUNS number. We understand that we need our business credit reports. Now we're gonna need to create a business credit profile. And you have to do that with net 30 accounts. These net 30 accounts, see, this is hard to do this because now we need to find companies that's gonna give you credit when you have no credit, okay? And you know there's not that many companies that's gonna do that, right? On top of that, they have to be able to report to the business credit reporting agencies. That's a hard one also, because only 10% of all businesses in the United States report payments because they're under strict guidelines and requirements to even be able to report, okay? So we got to get these starter vendors. And remember, building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step, so you can't skip steps. You got to start with these starter vendors. You can't just skip to revolving accounts, okay? The revolving accounts need you to have credit. So we got to start with these net 30 accounts, which means they're going to give you credit when you have no credit. They're going to give you a little bit of credit, right? And when you buy something on credit, you have to pay the total balance in 30 days. Hence the term, net 30. Okay? Okay, a business credit report can be started much the same as a credit report commonly is with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. These type of initial accounts in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit or net 30 accounts. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon a verification of as little as an EIN number and a 411 listing, okay? So here we are, back to the credibility. The verification of as little as the EIN number and a 411 listing, that telephone number. I told you that's important, right? That's a step that you don't skip. Okay, here's a vendor who will approve. No. I have to change this. This used to be a vendor that was my first vendor I always start with, but now they stop reporting. See, these vendors, they change their requirements regularly, okay? So Strategic Network Solutions it used to be my first stop, but now they don't even report no more, okay? So I'm gonna give you some vendors, but I gotta log into my control panel so I can give you some, all right? So bear with me as I log in real quick, because I wanna give you some good info. Oops. Okay, let's see. So I'm logging into my control panel. And I'm gonna go to my my vendors, my starter vendors, right? I'm gonna give you some starter vendors, right? Here goes some starter vendors. And I'm gonna type them in the chat box also. Okay. Uline. Uline is a good starter vendor. Creative Analytics. Oops. Creative Analytics. Granger. Granger is a good one. Granger. let's see. Pilot Flying J, that's a good one. I'm giving you some good ones too. Pilot Flying J, that's a good one. And let's see, Barnett. This is a Home Depot company. Barnett. That's a Home Depot Pro company. So they sell everything at Home Depot. That's a good one to start off with. Barnett. Okay. So the idea here is to create your business credit profile and get as many accounts as you can on your business credit profile with these starter vendors. Okay. Now, when you do this on your own, when you find a vendor, you ask them, well, first, do they have net 30 accounts for businesses? And who do they report to? That's what you want to know. You want to know who they report to so that when you make that payment, you go to, like, say if they report to Dun & Bradstreet. When you make a payment to them, they're going to send a report to Dun & Bradstreet. So you want to know what report to go to see that trade line. Okay, so that's the things you need to ask these companies, who they report to. Okay. All right. How many did I give you? I gave you 5. Okay, cool. Back. So some vendors will require an initial prepaid order before they can approve your business for terms. So like companies like Uline, when you ask them for that net 30 account, if there is nothing on your credit report, then they're going to ask you to make some purchases first. They need to see something on your credit report. So some companies, they're going to ask you to do that, right? So when I help you out, I tell you exactly which ones. Here, go do this one, do that one. So you're not wasting time. When you do this on your own, you're throwing darts at these companies. You're calling them. You're trying to figure out, can I get this account? Who do you report to? Oh, you don't even report? Boom, you just wasted time, right? Okay. So your goal now at this level that we're at now, the starter vendors, is to get 5 net 30-day pay accounts reporting on your business credit report. Preferably 3 at Dun & Bradstreet, 1 at Equifax, and 1 at Experian. Because at Dun & Bradstreet, they have what they call the Paydex Score. Now, the Paydex Score is the score that the creditors look at to determine your credit worthiness. Dun & Bradstreet will not issue you a Paydex Score until 3 vendors report to them. Okay, so you want to get 3 vendors that are reporting to Dun & Bradstreet, and at least 1 to Experian, 1 to Equifax. Okay, boom. So you got that. Now we got a credit profile. Okay, see, check it out. You see on this slide right here, I got that car, right? See, the car got the number 5 on it. That's for 5 trade lines. It got the smoke, right? But look at his face. His face is like, yo, I got credit now. So now we rolling. We're rolling now, okay? You can't skip this step, okay? The starter vendors creates your credit profile. Then, after 5 trade lines are established using vendor accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. Revolving accounts, okay? These revolving accounts, they need you to have credit. If you go to one of these revolving accounts without a business credit profile set up, they will reject you 100% of the time. Okay? No skipping steps. You know how we do, we be skipping steps, right? So, most major stores do offer business credit, including Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, Racetrack, and many others, okay? But in order to apply for these, you need to have some credit. Some of them require you to be in business 3 years, okay? So when you do business with us, with Business Credit Builder, we give you the underwriting guidelines before you apply. If you do this on your own and you ask a company, well, how do I qualify to get this account? What they're gonna say is, fill out this application. I'm gonna tell you if you qualify, right? So we already have the underwriting guidelines, so you're not wasting time. You know which vendors to apply for because you know you're just gonna get an automatic approval because you set your business up properly. And on that application, it's the application that's gonna get you approved. We set you up for automatic approvals. If they have to manually underwrite your account, most likely you're not gonna get it. Something happened and drew up a red flag. See, these applications are designed to get an automatic approval if the information in those fields on the application is correct, all right? So we set you up for automatic approval. That's what we're going for, all right? And that's what happens. All my clients, and if we tell them what to do, it goes smooth, all right? Okay, once 10 accounts are on your credit, 10 trade lines on your business credit reports, then that's when you can start applying for business credit cards. 10 trade lines on your credit report, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limits accounts on your business credit report. Try to have 10 accounts with at least one of them having a high $10,000 limit. So this is how you do that. When you get these revolving accounts, because that's where you want to be, at the revolving accounts. When you get a revolving account that you like, you use one of those revolving accounts, at least one of them, more often than the other. And when they see that you are making on-time payments, then you call them and ask for an increase. All right, you just keep on calling them, ask for an increase. So my formula for doing that is when I make 3 on-time payments, I'll call them. Sometimes I call them and they'll give it to me right away. Or some of them might have their policy is we don't consider increases until 6 months. Well, now I know when to call that company back and get an increase, okay? Because when you get, you increase one of these revolving, because when you apply for a business credit card and you get approved, what they're gonna do is approve you for the amount of your highest revolving account, okay? It is essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher limit credit lines are obtained within 6 to 12 months. So people always ask me, how long does it take to build business credit? Well, the answer to that is everybody does this at their own different pace because, well, first of all, you got to have some administrativeness about you, right? And then you got to make some payments, right? So these accounts, when you buy something, you need to buy something that's at least $50 in order for them to report, okay? Everybody does this differently. But if you stick to that formula, $50, you're good, okay? So it usually takes about, like in my system, when somebody asks me how long it's gonna take for me to get to a point where I can go get me a loan, the general answer is 12 months. Now, I've had people do it in less than 12 months. Most people do it in more than 12 months. If you do it on your own, it's definitely going to take you 18 months or more. Okay. Okay. So no skipping steps, 10 trade lines, high limit of 10,000. Cash business credit accounts will match your highest credit limit reported on your credit profile. That's when you get access to the MasterCard, Visa, American Express. You get access to the loans and the credit lines, okay? Now, we're gonna get out of here shortly. There's 3 ways to get funding that your bank won't tell you about. We're gonna go over those real quick. What's the time? It's 10 o'clock, 9:30, okay, cool. So, there's 3 ways to get funding that your bank won't tell you about. Now, don't fret if you do not qualify for any of these. I go over these because it's good to understand the mental process about funding your business, right? So this gives you an idea of ways to fund your business. You may not qualify, you might qualify, okay? There's 3 ways. Now I'm gonna go over these real quick. Okay. Oh, I am running out of time. Okay, so we're gonna go over these real quick. Cash flow financing. Cash flow financing is the most popular type of alternative funding today. Now, the quick rundown about cash flow financing is this. Cash flow financing is for existing businesses that may have come into a situation. All businesses come into situations. Hello? Hello? Yeah, okay. I'm expecting a delivery, so I wanted to make sure that wasn't it. Okay, so all businesses come into situations. They might need to meet their payroll this Friday, or they might have a piece of equipment that went down and they need money like right now. Uh-oh. Okay, so shoot, let me see something. Oh, 1 second. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm waiting on this bed from my mom, so I'm sorry. Okay, so cash flow financing. To qualify, you need to have $10,000 in deposits each month, and you qualify. You don't need business credit for this, okay? You don't need good credit for this. You need $10,000 in your bank. They're gonna ask you for 3 to 6 months of bank statements, and you qualify just like that. This is not for every business. These are for businesses that are in a situation, because this is a high risk situation for them, okay? That one is more, a lot of businesses use the cash flow financing, okay? Here goes another one, collateral-based finance. Collateral-based financing can be obtained if you have some kind of viable collateral offset what you're borrowing, okay? Here goes some examples of collateral. Accounts receivable, purchase orders. Accounts receivable is also known as factoring. So I got a client that has a freight company, right? And they use factoring to fund their business. The trucking company makes a delivery. They invoice for that delivery. That's how they get paid, but they're not gonna get paid for 30 days. So with factoring, they batch and sell their invoices and they get paid in 24 hours. That's not for every business. It's for businesses that can sell their invoices and batch them together and sell them, okay? Purchase orders is for people that have government contracts, okay? If you got a government contract to the right lender, that's like straight cash, okay? Government contracts, stocks, bonds, 401ks. 401ks, you know what that is? You're working, they take out money, they give money to these companies so they can make a bunch of money, right? But to you, you can take money, whatever you can take out of your 401k, you can get a business loan on that. And your 401k stays right where it is. It's not, it does whatever it's gonna do, right? Revenue lending, that's like cash flow. Inventory and equipment. If you have $100,000 worth of inventory or equipment, you can get a loan on that. Real estate, if you have equity in your home, you can get a business loan, right? Insurance agents have what they call a book of business. That's their list of clients. They can get a business loan with their book of business, okay? Unsecured credit. Unsecured credit financing is a great way to get money for your business if you have good personal credit or know a guarantor that does. So you don't have to have good business, good personal credit. You can have a guarantor, like grandpa might have good credit and you can use grandpa. Somebody that you know that trusts you, you can use their good credit and get access to funding. Okay, this is how this works. They look at your personal credit. If you have a 680 or above, you can get up to $150,000. This product closes in 3 weeks. Okay, so you have to have a 680 or above, and you get access to $150,000. So what they do is they look at your personal credit, they look at the revolving accounts, they look at your highest revolving limit, and they match that 5 times on 5 business credit cards, okay? And these credit cards are from Visa, MasterCard, American Express. And they are business credit cards, meaning that when you make a payment on those credit cards, they report to the business reporting agencies. So they approve you using your personal credit, but they report to the business credit. And we do these 5 credit cards all at the same time. We have a systematic process to make this happen. If you do this on your own, you might get that first one, but you won't get the rest of them because they're going to see those inquiries. Okay, so we got a systematic process with our finance team that can make this happen. Okay, unsecured credit, that's what that is. Okay, and usually that's 0% interest for 6 to 18 months. That's like free money. This is no doc funding. So even startups can do this if you have good personal credit, okay? You see how the personal credit gives you access to some situations that help you, right? All right. No docs for that, just your personal credit, okay? We also have private companies that they're just looking for a good idea, right? So we have hundreds of legitimate lenders, right? Some of them are private companies. They're just looking for a good idea. Venture capital and equity financing. Those are like the Shark Tank guys, where they like your idea, they like your business structure, your business plan. And when they give you money for your business, they take a piece of your business. That's the Shark Tank type of guys. You know about crowdfunding, and you can even get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. So like equipment, that's vehicles. Right? That's vehicles, right? Right. All right. So how to easily get business financing and financing all in one place, and we're going to get out of here. The Business Credit Builder. On my website, businesscreditbuilder.us, at the bottom of each page are videos of my clients giving a testimonial of how this system worked for them. So check that out on the website. This is Brian. He's from New Jersey, all right? You'll see his video. Okay, it's the ultimate solution, the Business Credit Builder. It's the easiest and the fastest way to get money and credit to build and grow your business. It's a simple solution. You could get business credit for your business, not linked to your social, through the top selling business credit system. You get access to funding for your business to start, build, and grow. Our cutting edge technology helps you meet credibility requirements before you apply. You get access to discounted business credit reports. I told you about the $25 hookup, right? We have the largest supplier of starter vendors to start your business credit, okay? We have a massive selection of revolving store credit with underwriting guidelines. We have the hard to find cash credit sources that you can get within 120 days. These are the business credit cards. Now, if you do this on your own and you search for a business credit card, you're gonna come up with a whole bunch of credit cards that say, hey, we're a business credit card. But then when you ask them who they report to, they're gonna say TransUnion. So this one is hard to do, okay? What's the one I missed there? No personal credit check or guarantee is required. You get access to cash flow financing, collateral-based financing, unsecured financing, private money, alternative SBAs, venture capital, okay? Now, my clients get their own control panel. In the control panel, it takes you through every single detail in the order that you need to go, right? So you'll have a control panel that looks something like this. It won't look like all these buttons on the left. That's like my reseller account. So you'll get a button down there that says, build my business credit. And when you go in there, you'll see the course content, right? Each step, right? And when you go to each step, it'll give you instructions on how to complete the step. There'll be a video on how to complete the step. And if you still can't figure it out, there's a person, a team that you can call or email to help you figure out the steps so you're not doing this alone, okay? We go through every single thing. Get your business name, business address, business entity. It goes through everything in the order that you need to go, okay? Now, when we get to building a business credit, we build business credit in 4 tiers of vendors, right? Each tier, we give you about 15 vendors and say, pick 3 of these, right? And this is the information we give you for all the vendors. This one is for Racetrack. They report to Dun & Bradstreet. The payment terms are revolving. We give you the telephone number, the fax number, description of what they sell, and how to qualify. So for Racetrack, what you need to qualify is an EIN number, a DUNS number, a Paydex Score. You need to be preferred 3 years in business. You need to have a business entity and your business phone listed with 411. Boom. You know when to apply and you know when not to waste your time, right? Okay. Now, this is Christine. Christine is one of my clients. She got all these approvals in 6 months. Not everybody could do this though, right? She's special because she's a stay-at-home mom and her husband is a truck driver. She's special. So she can stay at home and do business credit all day. Not everybody can do this, right? So she got all these approvals. Sprint 2,000, Amazon 4,500, Tractor Supply 5,000, Exxon 5,000, Fuel Man Fleet 6,000, BJ 7, BP 8, Lowe's 10, Apple 12.5, Shell 15. Whew. This list is over $250,000. Okay? Look at PNC Bank, $150,000. Okay? She said, had she given her social, they would have gave her $250. Jessica, you have a question, young lady?
Yes. Okay, so with all of these credit cards, they're all great, but I'm wondering, the credit card, some credit card companies allow you to use, just like Target, they allow you to use their credit card everywhere. Are these those type of credit cards, or are they specific to the actual franchise?
Some are and some are not. Okay. So when we help you, we'll let you know which ones are and which aren't, right? So some of them are like that. Like let me see. The PNC, that's a credit line. The Shell, you go to any Shell gas station. Let me see. The companies that do that are companies like Costco, they got a card like that. Best Buy, they got a card like that. Who else got a card like that? Home Depot got a
On business.
card like that. Go ahead.
I was just going to say Amazon has a business credit card that you can use anywhere or with Amazon with discounts and rebates.
Right. See, so some companies do have those, some don't. Right.
The reason I asked, I was just wondering, just looking at all the credit cards this person was approved for, is what would be the benefit if you can't use them anywhere else? Like if you, I don't know, like if someone has a business that you would have to buy things from Costco, you would have to buy things from Home Depot. I'm just trying to understand what the benefit is.
You see, the benefit is that she got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 trade lines on her credit profile. So you can go get a loan. When you go to the right alternative lender, they see 20 trade lines paying on time. They're looking at you like you can pay a bill.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so and all she has to do is spend $50. She doesn't have to spend the 30% like with your personal. It's just that $50 to show good credit.
That's right. You get something for $50, pay it. Boom.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
Yep. And you was talking about utilization. So utilization don't even exist in business credit. Your score is based totally on how you pay. With personal credit, there's 5 factors. With business credit, there's 1 factor that affects your score. So when the company looks at your business credit report, it's going to have your score and it's going to have other things. Okay, they're going to have your trade lines, your limits, your payment history. So these vendors, they look at that as well. So they're gonna look at your score, but they're gonna look at this other stuff too. Okay. Okay, so with the business credit builder, you get your own business credit advisor that offers concierge service for 12 months to help you build your business credit. So you're not doing this alone. There's always somebody you can ask and say, hey, am I doing this right? Did I mess up? What happened here? Okay. And that's one of the things about building business credit is that there might be an error. You don't even know the error is there. You have to know business credit to be able to read. You gotta be able to read your business credit reports. And we teach you how to read your business credits reports so that you can know if there's an error. See, these companies, those starter vendors and the revolving vendors, see, they're in it for the sale, right? So they don't put a lot of effort into the after the sale. Like when you're getting ready to say, hey, where's my trade line? When you call them and the receptionist answers, she don't even know what a trade line is. Then you're gonna, okay? So then you gotta call the credit department. And the credit department, the person that picks up the phone, the credit department, they might not even know, okay, what happened to your trade line. Then you got to talk to the credit manager. And then sometimes these companies use a third party to transmit these reports to the business credit reporting agencies. So you just have to know the terminology and know how to talk to these people to get the right answer. Well, where's my trade line? What do I do? What's the error? Okay, so you got to look at your invoices, determine what the error might be. Like, for instance, you might have shipped it to a different address that's your main business address. And then they report to Experian and they shipped it and they used the the ship to address to send a report where they should have used your main business address to report. So you got to know that that's even an error and then know how to correct it. Okay, so that's where we come in. That's how we help you. Wasting time. All right. Now, you can do this on your own, but it'll just take you a little time to figure out what the error is and how to fix the error. We already know. Our advisors teams, they write on. They're gonna look at your stuff, read the credit reports, and then they look at what happened to that one. Oh, this trade line is supposed to be on there. It's not on there. Well, let me look at the invoice. And then they can determine some stuff from looking at the invoice. Okay, so, we know how to smooth the stuff out, all right? So you get your own finance officer for 5 years that helps you get the best financing for your business, okay? So here's a quick rough summary. I know I went over the time, but let's get down. This is the summary. We're gonna get out of here. You get your own business finance suite control panel, discounted business credit reports. You get your free DUNS number. You get your largest supplier of starter vendors, massive selection of revolving store credit, hard to find cash credit sources, access to cash flow, collateral-based and unsecured and private money sources. It will typically take you 18 to 24 months to do this on your own, okay? With us, you're gonna save yourself time, all right? I have 2 packages that we sell. The core package, which is like what I told you already. You get your control panel, advisor team, you get your finance team, okay? And that's the value in the package is the finance team, okay? So the finance team already got legitimate lenders. Most of my clients that come to me, they can't qualify for loans and stuff. So building the advisor team is getting you prepared to get approved for stuff that we already have, okay? The core package. Then we have the business credit building program. That's a one-on-one consultation with me, okay? So get started today as part of this seminar, and you can get started with a huge discount on your premier enrollment plan. This plan would retail normally for $4,400. My price is only $29.95 because you came to this webinar. You get $500 off. So you can pay that with a $1,500 down payment and 6 easy payments of $165. You can use the single payment option for $2,250, and that saves you $750, okay? The one-on-one program, the one-on-one consultation for 1 year, okay? That goes for 1 year. It's me and you, right? You don't have access to the control panel. You don't have access to the advisors or the vendors. I have access to that. And I'm telling you exactly what to do for 1 year, building your business credit. This one will retail for $2,500. My price is only $9.95. This is my homeboy hookup right here. This is the homeboy hookup right here. All right. So you can start today with $400 down and make 3 payments of $195. Or you can save money with a single payment of $750. All right. You save $250. Boom. If you can't afford none of that, you can access my ebooks for as low as $50. You get the vendors to build business credit, right? I got a book that I wrote, NAB's Business Credit Decoded. That's a 120-page book. If you read that, you'll be an expert, right? That's only $10. And the perfect credit, that's only $10, right? So you go to /ebooks, boom. Get started today by scheduling your free business credit consultation. And when you do that, you, Denise, what's the name of your company?
Owners Advocate Network.
That's right. So when you set up your business credit consultation, it's going to ask you how you were referred to me. And you use that company, okay? The Owners Advocate, all right? So boom, that's how you do it. Does anybody have any questions? I have a blog. So if you can't afford none of that, you go to my blog. I got a whole bunch of information I cannot even put in these websites. Okay? Go to the blog. Sign up for one of my social medias. Got a whole bunch of information out there. All right? There goes my contact information. I bet you that's Yashika that raised her hand. What's up?
Yes. Okay. So my only question is, because I didn't hear it if you did it in the beginning. When you get all of this credit, this business credit, and just say perhaps maybe your business is slow or something like COVID happens, what's the repayment looking like? Do they give you, because I know you said that there's no interest after a year, or is that indefinitely?
Hold on. Say that again. I'm sorry.
So I'm talking about repayment of all these great credit cards. A lot of, I heard you mention that some of them have like a zero interest. But I'm wondering, just say your business goes through a lull when you have to pay this back. Is there some repayment terms that they would give you that fluctuate, or is it all due by the end of the year?
Okay, so the starter vendors, those you have to pay in 30 days in order for them to give you a positive report to the business credit reporting agencies. The revolving accounts gives you a minimum amount to pay, like a credit card, where you don't have to pay the total off. They give you a minimum amount to pay.
Okay, so it's just like regular credit cards. It just doesn't impact your personal credit.
That's right.
That's okay.
All right. And the way to find that out is when you get these accounts, you ask them, who do you report to? If they say TransUnion, that's not it. The correct answer is Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, or Equifax.
And it's the right answer because doesn't Experian, that's your personal credit.
Okay, so the real answer is Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, business Experian, and Equifax commercial.
Okay.
Those are the business sides of those companies.
And that's what we want because it doesn't impact our personal.
That's right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I hope all this information was useful a little bit. I hope I didn't waste your time, but if y'all need some help doing it, just let me know. I gave you all the steps. The benefit of using my company is to smooth out the situation, to have someone, that already knows this stuff that can smooth out the errors. And there will be errors going along the way. So, we iron out them rough edges for you. And you could do it on your own. Just take you a little bit longer. That's all. Any more questions, anybody? Y'all had some good questions. We good?
No, not for me.
All right. Well, thank you again, Denise, for putting this together. I think we're going to do another one soon for you. Check out my YouTube. I'm going to give you access to this. And also on my YouTube, I got a lot of other webinars that I've done on several different topics. So check it out. Y'all can call me, email me. And I hope this was useful for y'all. I got my mom's bed is coming soon, so I got to go make sure they coming.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we look forward to the next one.
Thank y'all. Thanks for having me, Denise. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank
Peace.
you. You too. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.